The Kadash want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash, the honors to the apostles of great millstones, peace, blessings, honors to all the brothers in this truth. They done tried to kidnap the Michigan governor, man. That's what she get. You know, that's just me personally. That's what she get, man. Even though they didn't succeed in it, but it just tells you where people's hearts is at, and they getting closer and closer, man. They getting close, man. People are tired of the government. People's tired of the government making up these laws. Ain't nobody vote on. They come out overnight. They got a new law. You got a constitutional right. If you go off the Constitution, a person shouldn't need a driver's license to drive, to travel. A person should be able to travel however. A person shouldn't, your Second Amendment shouldn't be threatened. There should be no restrictions on if you can get a gun or what the ban. Because it's already in the Constitution, man. If you go by the Constitution, people aren't supposed to be paying taxes on their income that they labor for. There should be no such thing as paying child support, forcing another person to pay another person money under no circumstances, because the money you make is for you. You're not, even they say, well, you have to take care of your child. You're not enslaved to your child. So the money you make is not your child's money, and it's not the mother's money or the other parent's money. That's your personal money, and it should never be, and there should never be any law passed that could come against you and take away your personal money, or that's slavery. Saying you have to pay me this much just because we deem it so. So you have to work to get that money. That's slavery. You know, so they try to kidnap her. You know, they coming after her. People are mad and tired and fed up with these laws that's hunting the people. And not just the Israelites, it's hunting everybody. Because Esau's wicked, man. You see, the whole system is set up to go against the people. The whole system is set up to benefit the government. I mean, the government is supposed to work for the people, not the people work for the government. But they got it the opposite way around, but they got it disguised as if the government is working for the people, but it's not. Is working against the people, and people are tired. And that's when you see movies like The Purge come on, people trying to kill people, man, and killing the government. But now we seen it happen in real life, man. That stuff is happening in real life. Let's let her speak.
Eternally grateful to everyone who put.
They coming, man. And you take 6 of their leaders or 6 of their people, and you put them in jail, and they facing life. You think they finna give up? What about the rest of them? They got thousands of people in their group. And I'm going to show you their group too, because I did a little research. I ain't just talking about their group if I didn't do a little research on it. I did a little research. I'm going to show you their group. They get busy. You think you finna take 6 of their people and put them in jail? And they ain't finna make up plans? They going to retaliate. Just like in Mexico, you got the cartels. You do something, you take El Chapo, you take somebody away, they going to retaliate. They kill judges and stuff down there. Look it up.
Themselves in harm's way to keep our families safe.
The U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Michigan, Andrew Burge, said the accused man used operational security measures to avoid detection.
Thank you, Attorney General Essel. All of us standing here today want the public to know that federal and state law enforcement are committed to working together to make sure violent extremists never succeed with their plans, particularly when they target our duly elected leaders.
Jonathan Osting joins me now. He's a Michigan political reporter covering the Capitol for Bridge, Michigan. Jonathan, thanks very much for being with us. So what do we know about the suspects and what authorities say motivated their plot?
Well, there's actually 2 batches of suspects here. There's 6 men accused in the main kidnapping plot against Governor Whitmer. And those men, some of them are members of an unnamed militia group. The FBI did not name that group, but said it is a Michigan-based militia. And others of them seem to have just fallen in with this group. There's a business owner from Grand Rapids, Michigan, on the west side of the state, for instance, that appears to have played a key role in helping organize the plot. As far as motive, The affidavit and information released by the FBI today doesn't spell that out clearly, but it does include snippets of conversations secretly recorded by undercover and FBI informants that show these men obviously complaining about the governor, and specifically some of seeming to anyways complain about the restrictions.
And I was reading, they got infiltrated. They had a dude that switched. You know, he flipped and he ended up snitching because he said he went to the FBI and said that they planned on killing her, kidnapping her and killing her. A grab and go, man. A grab and go, man. So, but I must say this too. At the same time, the whole thing could be made up just to come up against them. They could be making the whole thing up just to come up against them, man. Cause if you think this is funny, man, you better be careful because they gonna do the same thing with the Israelites. They gonna make up something and come up against you according to scripture and come up against us the same way they did with the saints in the past with Nero, and they gonna come up against you, and then they gonna have the whole world thinking whatever they said about you is true just so they could come up against you, man. So we don't really know what's going on, you know. We gotta hear both sides of the story. I'm gonna let this play a little bit longer.
She put in place to fight COVID-19. In one of these conversations, one of the ringleaders describes, the uncontrolled power that he thinks the governor had at the time. And this was, of course, in the middle of the pandemic, as the governor was issuing fairly aggressive orders to combat that.
And that's true. They have uncontrolled power, man. Because they say, well, we could do this to you, we could do that to you according to the law. But they make up the laws. So really, it's like a parent in the house and saying, these are the rules of the house, you must follow them. But the parent just makes up the rules. And then you follow a rule, but the parents still get mad at you because they switched the rule a day before. No, I just switched it. It's like one of those things, man. They just make up the rules, man. Literally, they make up the rules. They say, look, this is this way because it's a law for it, but it's just a law that was man-made. There's no sense behind it. It's just, hey, it's the law. And it's just made up. They got uncontrollable power when in reality, and I see why these militias are mad, man. They have reasons. Because in reality, they're supposed to work for the people, not against the people. The people pay checks, and the taxes that get taken out of people's checks is what pays them. But really, they're dictating over the people, and the people are seeing that, and they're getting mad and fed up about it. So technically, in the Constitution, the people have the right to bear arms, to make militias, come together, and defend. The people have the right to do that. But it's going to come with a price, and it's going to come with the fight. The government's going to be after you. You got to understand that when the FBI comes to get you, when the feds come to get you, that means that they already was watching you. The feds been watching you, getting intel on you. The feds probably been watching them for years, getting intel on them, names and addresses and information and stuff like that. Your local camp, the feds probably been watching y'all for a very long time. They probably got your names, your addresses, information about you. You better believe it, man. The day the feds get you, they already been doing surveillance on you for years. Here, let me go check them out. I'm gonna show you who they are. All right, here they go. So they say that it's a Michigan militia. I don't even know for sure if this is the exact same one. I did a little bit of research, and this is the one that I found. But it just goes to show, in Michigan, where this is all happening, there's a militia out there, and this is how they get down, you know. This might not be the exact same people. It may be the exact same people. I got to do a little bit more research on it, but it just goes to show you there are militias out there, and they ready to get busy, man. They ain't doing all this training and stuff for no reason. They gonna tell you. But here goes 2nd Esdras chapter 15 real quick. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword, because that's what this all come down to. They all got guns, right? How they gonna kidnap the Michigan governor? Well, they gonna do it with swords, man. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, because that's Esau's blessing, man. So that's how we know this got something to do with Esau, because Esau was blessed with the sword, man. Genesis chapter 27. For there should be sedition among men and evading one another. People are mad. They should not regard their kings nor their princes. The governor is like a prince. In this case, a princess. But really like a king, you know. Because the governor, you know, the president is over the governor. You know, there's people over the governors, but the governor is really on top. In that certain city, in that certain state, the governor is the top king pretty much. And then you got federal, and then you get into your president and stuff like that, vice president, all that stuff. So that's what they're mad about, because this king, which is over their state, has unlimited power to do whatever they want to do. Shut you down. If you got businesses and you got clients, right? Let's just say they might have like a little gun range as a business, and they got people coming that want to pay their money, so they can still make their money and be open. But you can't, because now the government is telling you you have to shut down. When you like, wait, we got freedom, we don't care about no virus. Let us take our own risks if we want to get it. But the governor is saying, no, you have to shut down. Now you got to shut down your business. You're going into debt. And if you don't, they come in and turning your power off. That's the government having too much power, man, over human lives. And people are mad about it, and I agree with it. You know? And in their course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? So this shows you that they're going to come. This is going to happen a lot more often. They're going to come up against their government. They're going to come up against their kings and princes, and they're going to fight against them. And all hell going to break loose when that happens, man, especially with this election. Now let Trump win the election. Man, the Democrats are going to do so much sneaky stuff behind scenes and try to put this together and create race wars. They're going to want to create all chaos. And all hell gonna break loose. Let Trump lose. And those Trump supporters, or those racist Trump supporters, they coming. They already said it, man. They said, Trump lose, we coming for y'all. They said they coming. There's gonna be race wars and there's gonna be blood. I heard multiple militias say there's gonna be bloodshed. So this is gonna happen. We see it happening right now. And this is how we know we're at the end times, man. And a man should desire to go in the city and should not be able. Why? Because when all these militias and these different supremacist groups and stuff like that going to war, and they going to war with the government and stuff like that, and they got martial law going on, military out there, and people are shooting, people don't care. They're going to shut down cities. They're going to say, man, it's unsafe for people to travel, don't go into a city. And then they're going to want to cut off these militias calling in for help. People have to come in from other cities and stuff like that to help them out. It's going to be a war, so they're going to shut down the cities, man. You ain't going to be able to travel city to city. Wherever city you at, that's where you're going to be stuck at. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled, and houses should be destroyed, and man should be afraid. Man ain't going to be afraid. Bullets don't have no name on it. Every time you go out there on the street, there could be a shootout right around the corner from you, right next to you. There ain't going to be no law, because the government is going to be 100% focused and have their people fighting, because people gonna be killing police, as we see a lot of police are being targeted and killed and shot at. People gonna be killing the police, so you ain't gonna be able to call 911 and the police pop up. Why? Because all those police units are already gonna be somewhere else defending something or having shootouts with these militias. So man gonna be afraid, man. The house is gonna be destroyed. If there ain't no law, then people gonna do whatever they want to do. And if there ain't no law and there's famine and you can't get in and out the city, you gonna have people out here just trying to survive and doing what they got to do to survive, even if they got to take something from you, man. Get ready. Get ready, man. Verse 18, a man should have no pity upon his neighbor and should destroy the houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation, which is what I just said. 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to battle. Get ready to battle. And those evils be even as pilgrim upon the earth. Let this play, man.
Michigan Volunteer Militia. We're doing a survival boat class. We're about a lot of survival things. What to do in time of disaster, time of need.
They making ready for battle, like the scriptures say.
So basically what we're doing is we're taking what we have on our bodies, our knives, maybe a hacksaw, something like that, be able to go in the woods, pick out the proper wood we need to make a food procurement item. We've got two things. We've got a survival bow and our addle-addles, which is an Aborigine spear chucker. It uses a leverage to throw the spear.
See, they ready, man. They know how to. They got guns. They gonna show them, but man, they know how to make bows out of wood. How many of y'all jakes right now could go out in the forest? First of all, be able to survive out in the forest where it's super cold at and there's snow on the ground. Since this is looking like this is all about to happen in the wintertime. And make a bow, a working bow that could actually kill from just the wood around you.
Basically procure meat. We've got a gentleman here from Port Huron that's been teaching us. He's a primitive bowman.
By the way, I can't. I can't. But I'm gonna have faith in the Lord, man. And I might do a little bit. I might go out there and learn a little bit in the time that I have. I'm planning on learning. You know, I learned how to make a fire. I learned how to fish, how to make a put a tent up and insulate it to make it warm. I'm learning, man.
For the last 15 years, hunts primitive style. And he's shown us how to go out and pick out the woods that we need, what kind of wood to use for making a bow, making the cordage and making the arrows. And then we come back and we've made them and found that they're very easy to make and very well made for the job. We'll probably go into the firing range this afternoon, go down and shoot our center fire rifles, our #1 line of defense, and pistols and whatnot. And that's one of many classes that'll be going on today.
I mean, a lot of people are thinking, well, we're just here because we don't like our own government. It could be a foreign invasion.
But he just said because we don't like our government,
For example, if Canada, let's just say for example, which we're great friends with Canada, but say they decided to invade us, where would be an initial defense force for the state of Michigan? Because what it would be against invasion. That's the whole concept. It's foreign or domestic. So it doesn't really matter where it comes from. We're just here as a simple defense force for the state.
I don't know what the media wants. And this is just America. It's not a spectacular thing. I mean, although America is spectacular, and that's not news.
Most of our gun use is more self-defense concept. You know,
That's an
it comes
AK.
down to either foreign entity or our own government coming in and doing something to us that is unconstitutional. Not just because, well, we disagree with it. It has to be.
And they have the right to do that by the Constitution, like he said. And the government, everything the government does these days is basically unconstitutional. So get ready, man. It's all coming down. It's like all the chips are being stacked right now. And they all about to fall down, man, at the same time, which is going to make things even worse. Get ready, man. Have faith. Salvation to the elect. Shalom.